Howdy folks, this is John Caldwell here with a recap of the 2019 WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony for those of you who are probably watching the G1 Supercard from Madison Square Garden, or the ones that wasn't able to watch it, and the results of the G1 Supercard for those of you who were watching the Hall of Fame ceremony, or wasn't able to watch it. So let's go ahead and get right into a recap of this Hall of Fame ceremony. What a crazy ceremony and what a crazy night for pro wrestling it has been, folks. So to start out, during the red carpet segment, it was officially revealed that Andrade and Charlotte Flair are a couple. Big congratulations to them, that's really awesome to hear. The Hall of Fame had the usual introduction video package, but DX hijacked the video and called it boring. Shawn Michaels' voice said he wanted to give it some effing attitude, gotta keep it PG, and of course they bleeped it out as well, they gotta keep it PG too. They got people invested in the company, so... Corey Graves and Renee Young were the hosts for the evening. Jimmy Hart did the induction speech for the Honky Tonk Man. Hart brought up Honky Tonk Man defeating Ricky Steamboat and Honky Tonk Man being such a big deal that Diamond Dallas Page drove their car at WrestleMania 6. Hart could be seen reading from a teleprompter in the crowd. Honky Tonk Man came out for his speech and praised Hart. Honky Tonk Man told the story about the development of his character and how not being able to play a guitar made the character even better. Honky Tonk Man said it was WWE that put the finishing touches on the character, and he was grateful. Before leaving the ring, Hart had Honky Tonk Man sing his theme song. Shortly after that, Stacy Keibler did the induction speech for Tori Wilson. It was really awesome to see Stacy back in WWE. Keibler praised the fans for helping create the Women's Revolution, and talked about her history with Tori in WCW and WWE. Tori Wilson gave a great induction speech. Tori brought up her eating disorder as a kid and how she was called a fatso in school. Tori said that fear's enemy is a confident persona and people need to summon their swagger. Tori admitted that she wasn't hired for her wrestling skills, but she didn't let failure stop her from continuing to work hard. Tori praised various names including Sable, Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Fit Finlay. Tori said Finlay was a huge reason for the women headlining WrestleMania. Tori also said that Michelle McCool was her road wife before Undertaker got a hold of her. Tori said it was a really hard work for her family since her father recently just passed away. Tori thanked the fans and joked that she played a role in their puberty, which led to the New Day members giving that line a standing ovation. I thought that was just the icing on the cake when she said that. Such a funny line right there. And I want to send good vibes and well wishes out to Tori Wilson. Her father did pass away just 2 days ago, and that's so terrible to hear about, so I really hope that you're doing good, Tori. Stay strong, you're a strong woman. My good vibes and thoughts are with you. The camera after that kept cutting back and forth between The Miz and Shane McMahon with the crowd doing the boo and yay reactions. I thought that was so hilarious, so funny, and loved The Miz's reactions to all of it. It was so great. After that, a video package aired for the Legacy inductees. I want to quickly go over the Legacy inductees, so here they are. Bruiser Brody, Wahoo McDaniel, Luna Vachon, S.D. Jones, Professor Toru Tanaka, Primo Kanira, Joseph Cohen, Hisashi Shima, Buddy Rose, and Jim Barnett. It's really awesome that Bruiser Brody, Wahoo McDaniel, Luna Vachon, Special Delivery Jones, they're all officially in the WWE Hall of Fame. I think that's really amazing. After that, we had what was the most talked about moment of the 2019 WWE Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This was all over social media, and it just really shocked me to see this because this was the first time ever that I had ever seen this at the Hall of Fame ceremony. So, Bret Hart and Natalya came out for the Hart Foundation's induction. People and talent in the crowd were wearing the Foundation's glasses. Natalya gave thanks to her mom and Bret. Now, shortly after Natalya gave thanks to her mom and Bret, Bret started a story and talked about how he didn't like being called Cowboy Bret Hart and suggested that he be turned heel and team up with Jim Neidhart and Jimmy Hart. Right after he said that about Jim Neidhart and Jimmy Hart, completely out of nowhere, the crowd just starts going crazy, and then I see this guy wearing a Jamaican Rastafarian like hat with fake dreadlocks, and he attempts to German suplex Bret Hart. He tried to attack him, and just completely out of nowhere, the feed cut off. And here's the thing, like, my internet is really terrible. And I was moderating the Wrestling Discord's channel for the Hall of Fame. And just completely out of nowhere, I get a barrage of messages in the chat of everyone saying, "What? WTF? What? WTF?" And I'm sitting here like, what just happened? What's going on? And so, like, I'm typing, what's happening? And nobody's telling me nothing. And then I see it. And I'm like, what? Because that's never happened before. Here's the thing. They had a layout this year that was different from the other layouts. You know, in the past, people got up on stage and they gave their induction speech and all that. They did it different this year by having a ring that was free-force open. One side of the ring had a podium and steps and stuff, and so that was that. That's what they done this year. And so, yeah, a fan jumped in the ring and tried to attack Bret Hart. Now, they cut it off, and then I see the crowd. That's the first thing I see. And the fans are booing really loud. And I'm like, is Bret okay? Is he alright? That's my first initial thought, because they had the camera panned on the crowd, and usually when they do something like that during an incident, it's something really serious. So that's what I was thinking. And I see Bret in a corner, and a lot of wrestlers are around him, and I see a bunch of wrestlers and security that's tackled this guy, and I see Dash Wilder just, make a fist and bam, cold cock this guy in the face, which he definitely deserved. If you're brave enough and stupid enough to jump over the barricade at any wrestling event, doesn't matter if it's the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania, indie promotion, whatever. If you're brave enough to jump over that barricade and stupid enough to jump over that barricade, then you're stupid enough to get the hell beat out of you. It's fair game. Don't do that. Don't be an idiot. So, sadly, unfortunately, we had that tonight. I loved what Rockstar Spud said. I thought that was really classy that Rockstar Spud said, WWE, you need to give that man a raise for doing that. So, once the fan was ejected and everything was calm, Bret continued his speech, and he got a huge chant from the fans. Bret thanked the numerous face and heel teams that him and Neidhart faced. Bret also told a driving story in New York about him, Neidhart, and King Kong Bundy. Bret called Neidhart a one-of-a-kind person and also praised his sister, Neidhart's wife. Bret said they never lost their friendship and they were the best tag team there was, is, and ever will be. The segment ended with a clip of Neidhart on the Titantron laughing, which I really thought was very touching, very emotional to see that. So, hey, good job to Bret Hart, good job to Natty, everybody that helped out in that really, really tense situation. Thank you for that. Shortly after that, more footage was shown from DX's greatest moments. Hulk Hogan did the induction for Brutus Beefcake. Hogan talked about how they were best friends that grew up as wrestling fans, and then talked about them breaking into the business. Hogan praised Beefcake for embracing the gimmick and coming back after suffering a parasailing accident. Beefcake talked about how his life has been super crazy. Beefcake thanked WWE and said it was an incredible award that he was honored to receive. Beefcake said he was originally named Baron and didn't dig the name, which got a reaction from Baron Corbin. Beefcake said Pat Patterson came up with the gimmick and Hogan sold it to him by saying Beefcake should use the sleeper hold and cut the opponent's hair. Beefcake said his favorite matches included SummerSlam 1989 and WrestleMania 6 against Mr. Perfect. Beefcake said the genius didn't know he was getting his hair cut. Beefcake thanked God for sparing his life after the parasailing accident. Beefcake joked that Shawn Michaels still owes him $350 for smashing Marty Jannetty through the barbershop window. After that, Dana Warrior did the induction for Sue Atchison. Warrior referred to her as the little engine that could, and then brought out John Cena. A face Kurt Angle chant broke out, and Cena praised the crowd for showing passion. Cena brought up how Sue's motto was, "How can I help you?" and praised her work over the years. Sue talked about her job was the best a person could ask for. Sue brought up the Connor the Crusher story and how children can make such a big impact on the world. She recognized the WWE superstars that do Make-A-Wish and noted that Justin Bieber tried to take credit for the most wishes granted when that distinction belonged to Cena. Sorry, Biebs. She acknowledged the fan that survived his health issues and said to keep on wishing. It was a really awesome speech by Sue Atchison, and bringing the fan that survived the health issues on the stage was really awesome and emotional. After that, Harlem Heat came out for their induction. The comments were similar to Booker T's induction, with Booker talking about being arrested and how his brothers set him straight. Booker said he was living his brother's dream. Stevie Ray talked about how they broke into the business and reflected on their WCW run. After that, we had D-Generation X come out for their induction, riding the Army truck, which was so awesome to see. The speech was very, very comedic in nature, and Triple H took various shots at All Elite Wrestling, which was pretty interesting to see. D-Generation X joked about how you couldn't say Vince McMahon's name during the ceremony. Billy Gunn said he couldn't be fired, and Triple H responded by saying Vince would buy that pissant company, AEW, just to fire Billy again. Shawn Michaels praised Chyna, and a huge thank you Chyna chant broke out. Triple H put on cross-eyed glasses, and Shawn wore a big nose. They were making light of their facial features. Road Dogg thanked his family and God. Billy whipped out a super soaker, but it barely squirted, and Triple H joked about how it happens as men get older. That was very funny to hear. X-Pac said he didn't think he would be alive, but was grateful to be there. X-Pac thanked several people, including Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, and Bret Hart. The fans chanted 1, 2, 3 at Waltman. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were also acknowledged. X-Pac also asked if they were allowed to say boobs, and then photos were shown of old ladies flashing with DX logos censoring them. Triple H joked that one of them was Michael Hayes. Triple H took a shot at the Too Sweet Whoop Whoop by saying that it was very stupid. Triple H praised Chyna and thanked his family, adding that his mom actually wrote a lot of his material, including the penis jokes. Shawn Michaels started to apologize for corrupting the fans, but instead, everyone did their catchphrases. DX squirted people with super soakers to end the segment. A really awesome speech by D-Generation X, very, very comedic, and I love Triple H burying his mom right there. Man, it was just such a great Hall of Fame ceremony. I really enjoyed it, aside from the fact that we had the incident with the idiot that tried to attack Bret Hart. Everything else was really awesome. Now, since we got the Hall of Fame covered, let's go ahead and get into the results of the Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Super Show from Madison Square Garden. To start off the pre-show Honor Rumble, Kenny King defeated Minoru Suzuki, Cheeseburger, the Beer City Bruiser, Sho, Shingo Takagi, Bushi, Yo, Shaheem Ali, Rhett Titus, LSG, Ryusuke Taguchi, Will Ferrara, Chase Owens, Rocky Ramiro, Brawler Malones, Bad Luck Fale, Tracy Williams, Yoshihashi, PJ Black, Jushin Thunder Liger, TK Ryan, Vinny Marseglia, Delirious, Tomohiro Ishii, Colt Cabana, Hiroki Goto, King Haku, Toru Yano, and, as a surprise, the Great Muta, last eliminated by Jushin Liger. Jeff Cobb defeated Will Ospreay with a tour of the island to win both the Never Openweight and ROH Television Championships. It was Rush defeating Dalton Castle in less than 10 seconds. Afterwards, Dalton took his frustration out on the boys. It was Kelly Klein defeating Mayu Iwatani with the Aeroplane Spin K power to become the new Women of Honor World Champion. Flip Gordon, Juice Robinson, and Mark Haskins defeated Bully Ray, Silas Young, and Shane Taylor with Flip's 450 Splash. It was Dragon Lee defeating Bandito and Taji Ishimori with the Desnu Kadora to become the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. The Gorillas of Destiny defeated PCO and Brody King, Evil and Sonata, and the Briscoe Brothers to claim both the IWGP and ROH Tag Team Championships. The Hall of Fame wasn't the only thing that had a incident. Enzo Amore and Big Cass, yes, Enzo and Cass, completely out of nowhere, jumped the barricade and attacked the Briscoes and also some other ROH talent, which got a lot of people thinking, was this a work or a shoot? Which I'll touch on that here in a few moments. After that, Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi by submission to retain the Rev Pro British Heavyweight Championship. It was Kota Ibushi defeating Tetsuya Naito with Kamigo to become the new IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Matt Taven defeated Jay Lethal and Marty Scurll to become the new ROH World Champion. And in the main event of the G1 Supercard, Okada defeated Jay White to win the IWGP Championship. This is also Okada's 5th reign as IWGP Champion. I believe he only needs 3 more reigns to tie Tanahashi. Now, a couple of news notes from this wild night in pro wrestling. The WWE issued a brief statement regarding the fan that attacked Bret Hart during the Hall of Fame ceremony. WWE said, "An over-exuberant fan surpassed our security at ringside and made his way briefly into the ring. The individual has been turned over to the proper authorities." And like I said a few moments ago about this whole Enzo Cass incident at G1 Supercard, was it a work or was it a shoot? Well, the Voices of Wrestling on Twitter is reporting that the appearance of Enzo and Big Cass at the NJPW ROH G1 Supercard was in fact a work. Voices of Wrestling tweeted on Twitter, "Enzo and Cass hopped the rail, Bully came out and they legit beat up Enzo to put it over. Really worked him over. Cut the stream feed to put it over too. 100% work. Huge FU Enzo chance." Another tweet that was sent out by Voices of Wrestling was, "Just got a text, 100% work. Was told the upper level office pushed for it despite booking team being largely against it." So at the moment it's looking like a work, though in my opinion I really don't know. Just give it a couple days. The dirt sheets should have more information on this, so that's what I think. Just wait a couple days and we'll see what the dirt sheets say. And also, Natalya reacted to Bret Hart being attacked by the fan at the Hall of Fame ceremony with the following tweet on Twitter. "I'm so proud of my Uncle Bret tonight during our Hall of Fame ceremony. Bret is a cancer survivor, a stroke survivor, and one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He didn't deserve to be attacked or have his moment or my dad's diminished. We got it back on track. Thank you guys." Well said words there from Natty. Alright folks, that's the recap of the Hall of Fame ceremony and the results of G1 Supercard. Check back here tomorrow for the results of the granddaddy of them all, the greatest spectacle on earth, WrestleMania 35. This is Jamin John saying thanks, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow.